Good morning everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about prepping, and I am working on a project today, and that is dehydrating the tomatoes. I'm running the dehydrator outside so I don't create heat out there, and this works out better for me because I'm not making a mess in the house. Hi everybody and welcome. I am Homestead Tessie, and today it's all about prepping with free food. Now, I have solar units, but the solar units won't run this dehydrator because it's a very large commercial size. Well, I call it commercial size. It's a larger unit. And the solar pack will only run about an hour to 2 hours, but I need it to run a lot longer. So I'm gonna plug it in outside. I'm growing lots of cherry tomatoes here in the homestead because that is what I want to dehydrate this year. I'm really not doing a whole lot of canning. Let's go ahead and cut them up. Every little bit counts when you're preparing for the hard winter. I work by the seasons and I love to dehydrate. To me, it's so much easier than canning. Now, of course, there will be some canning, but most of it is dehydrating this year. I cut the tomatoes as finely as I could, as thin, and now I'm adding some of my homemade Mrs. Dash seasoning, which is herbs and spices that I grew in the garden, and I dehydrated them. I learned some other ways to dehydrate, like the Amish, and that will be in an upcoming video, that I don't have to use any electricity. I also decided to take some of my walnut dye, and I dyed some very old cloth to work on another project. Life here at my home is one project after another, but a lot of it is getting ready for the hard winter. Here in the homestead, it gets very cold, and we will soon be preparing all the wood for this year. But right now, I'm trying to fill up all of my larders. The room that you see right here, the out porch, is my cold cellar. It's like my root cellar. It doesn't freeze, but it's not heated. And that is where I put all of my root crops, like my carrots and potatoes and onions and garlic. And then I also have a large pantry. I do all these things in order to be more self-reliant and self-sustainable. All right, I'm gonna go fold these up. That they got really pretty. I made them nice and brown. They were very old doilies that were really stained, and I really like them. I'm gonna go put everything away in the potting shed. When you think of prepping, you think about stocking up on large amounts of things. Well, prepping can be an everyday life, just doing everyday things like dehydrating tomatoes, finding new uses for old things, and prepping small amounts. I am a born prepper. Ever since I was a little girl, I would tell my mom she needs to stock up on this and stock up on that. Even my name, Teresa, means reaper. And I really, through the years, especially on my YouTube channel, have showed a lot of prepping. But everything I do is prepping. It's prepping for the winter time, prepping for economic collapse, and things aren't getting better. Now, I don't really talk a lot about those kind of things because the first thing I do is if I make a title about that, people automatically think, before even watching a video, that, oh, she's just going to be talking about doomsday. People don't understand that you can be a prepper and also be very positive. The positive prepper. I love it. The positive prepper. It sounds like an oxymoron, right? Like prepping, positive, but you can be a positive prepper. You can prep and not be negative about it. So every day I'm out in my garden finding the vegetables and growing fruit. Now I'm also going to be working on growing fruit and all of that, and being a positive prepper. So if you like prepping that finds an interest in you, maybe you'll be interested in some of my videos. And the thing is this, money is tight. You know that if I'm living on $800 a month, I don't have money to spend hundreds of dollars a week to prep. And the thing is this, you don't need to. People tell us all the time, stock up to the roof, to the rafters, but you don't need to do that. That's just fear factor. How I remember that TV show, there was a TV show called Fear Factor. But prepping can be something that it can be in your lifestyle. It can be what you do every single day. Now I know not all of you have a garden, but you don't have to have a garden. And in fact, it don't matter where you live, you can still do some prepping. I want to share with you going to the grocery store and finding things that everybody could find and prepping with those things, because that way everybody can do it. Not everybody can have $500, $600 hauls or can an enormous amount of food and cook like that. But we can do all kinds of things. You see, it's the same as homesteading. Homesteading can look different to every person. Prepping can look different to every person. There is no right and wrong way to prep. If you want to prep a lot of food and you got ample amounts of money, go for it and enjoy it. And maybe you have a large family. But I'm in the twilight years. Twilight years. Some of you are saying, not yet, Tessie. But yeah, I'm kind of in the twilight years. And so my prepping is going to look very different than when it was when I was in my 20s and 30s. And even my 40s. So yes, we can do a lot of prepping. And we're going to be the positive preppers. There's an idea. All right, it is the end of a very, very long day. And we finally got it done. So we're going to take these. Because this runs on electricity, I'm going to be working on using my solar. See if I can get it to work more on the solar. That way I don't have to pay for the electricity to run it. Now, all of this may seem like a lot of work and a lot of effort. It is a lot of work, but the food was free for me. The seeds were free, and I grew the food for free. Sometimes you just have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to spend money and have it easy, or do you want to not spend money, but then have a little more work involved? And I choose to work and not have to spend. Thank you so much for stopping in to Dew Valley, where the work is always plenty, but the blessings are even more. Finding a slow piece of life and living on my little 1-acre homestead has been transforming to me. It's amazing how you can change your environment, can change your mental health as well. I have no anxiety, no panic attacks. I take life slowly. I enjoy one day at a time. And I am having so much fun transforming my property, growing our own food, and trying new things. You're never too old, my friends. Never too old. to change your life. One thing about this peaceful lifestyle is it doesn't matter your physical abilities. You can still have this life. Maybe you don't want to have a large garden, but you could grow plants somewhere inside your home or outside. You can do all kinds of things no matter what your ability is or your disability is. You can just adapt to your own surroundings. I hope that my videos encourage you, give you motivation, or give you peace after a long day of work. Many of my viewers tell me they watch me at night. It helps them relax. It helps them sleep. And I've had a lot of viewers tell me that it's helped them with their anxiety and panic attacks. And for that, I humbly thank all of you, because that's the idea of my videos. I suffered for years with panic disorder simply because I forced myself to do things out of my comfort zone and to do things that gave me a lot of stress. Once I adapted the lifestyle that I really wanted, the peaceful, calm, quiet lifestyle, all of a sudden, all those things disappeared. Goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.